Hello. I'm looking a little on the scary side tonight, but that's all right. Here we go. Uh, I just wanted to briefly touch. I always say briefly, and then I turn out talking way too long. Just wanted to talk a little bit about seeds. Of course, we all can get the little packages of seeds at our local variety store. Oh, I got to turn the wrong way. Carrot seeds. See what I got here. I've got carrot seeds and green pepper seeds. I'm sorry. Tomato seeds, 3 for $1. Can you imagine what one of these little packages of tomato seeds would produce? How many pounds and pounds and pounds of tomatoes it would produce? 3 for $1. More carrot, cantaloupe, watermelon. You get the idea. And some little packets of green bean seeds. This little packet of green bean seeds has a 0.6 gram weight on it for 34 cents. Top crop green beans. We used to garden quite a lot, big gardens, and produced quite a lot of stuff and had quite a lot of experience. My city boy husband and myself. I was planting things since I was probably 8 or 9 years old. Oh, and cucumbers. Cucumbers. Wrong way. Cucumbers. But as I began to look at the seed catalogs, I realized you can get a lot more bang for your buck, and you really could group together with a handful of friends and come out way ahead. This package of green bean seeds is 8 ounces. I'm going to talk about this in just a second. I'm going to break the rule I've already bent, and I'm going to tell you where I got my seeds. And then I'm more than happy to have anybody post and comment about the places they bought their seeds. I would like to recommend these people because you can buy 5 pounds of seeds if you want to. You can get 5 pounds of green bean seeds, and I don't have it right in front of me what all the choices are, but 8 ounces of green bean seeds is going to get you a whole bunch of green beans. A lot of green beans. A whole lot of green beans. I'm trying to see what the other one I have here is. It's a big one. It might be another green bean. It is, yeah, another green bean. So actually I have a whole pound of Blue Lake green bean seeds. So a whole pound is going to get you a boatload of seeds. I would venture to guess, and this is just a wild guess from prior experience, that you pick your green beans and then they flower some more and then they make more green beans, and a few days later you pick them again and you pick them again and you pick them again, and you get a lot of pickings off of green beans from the time they start to bear until the time of frost. So I'm going to venture to guess, and don't hold me to this, that this pound of green bean seeds I've got sitting here would easily produce, I hope I'm not mistaken, I'm going to stick my neck out and I'm going to say 150 or 200 or more quarts of green beans. And I paid, what did I pay? Got my little invoice here and the wrong pair of glasses, sorry. I paid Blue Lake green bean seeds a half a pound. I paid $5.10. I'll have to look at this later. A half a pound cost me $5.10. So conceivably, you could produce 200 quarts of green beans for $5, plus the cost of the lids, a little bit of salt. You're going to want canning salt. You really are going to prefer to have canning salt. You can use table salt with iodine in it, but you get a little better result with canning salt. So just the cost of the lid, so you got what, maybe 20 cents in a lid, and not much at all in the seeds for every quart of green beans, just pennies for the green beans. So maybe, a quarter, 26 cents per quart of green beans. Your biggest cost is in your lid. Now I'm getting way off track here, so forgive me. At any rate, Stokes, Stokes, seeds, Seeds, Stokes seeds, 2 S's in a row, Stokes, Stokes, seeds, Seeds.com. They have a lot of variety. They have other things you can order besides seeds. You can get equipment. I ordered a quarter pound of Ruby Queen red beet seeds. This package, I want you to picture, I don't know how well you can see this, but the seeds go from right here in this package, little tiny beet seeds, all the way down to here. You can't even see my fingers, I don't have them in the right place. That's a lot of beet seeds. You could produce literally hundreds and hundreds of quarts, and you'd have enough for several years. I mean, you'd have enough seeds to plant in your garden for several years. And I should have looked at this sooner. Ruby Queen, untreated beet seeds. I paid $4.95. So for $4.95, you have this huge package of beet seeds, which is easily going to last you 4 or 5 years, and you could have literally hundreds of, I would put them in pints, but you could pickle them. Very easy to pickle beets. I'm getting off track. So hang with me, or you can just zip this video a little further, move that little button across, and you don't have to listen to this part. I never ate beets growing up, but my husband liked beets, and he liked pickled beets. So I learned to grow them, and they're very simple. There's not much you have to do. I don't thin them. They'll push each other up out of the ground, and you just pull the ones that are getting pushed out of the ground. I don't like to thin things and kill the little plants. And so I learned to recognize what a beet looked like coming up out of the ground, and you just yank them up when you're ready. And some people eat the greens, and you leave about yay much stem on the beet, yank it up out of the ground, and just snap the stem, leave so much stem, and then wash them in the sink and throw them in a pot of water and boil them for just a few minutes, and then get the hot water out of there so you can get your hands in there, put some cool water in there, and the skins just slip right off. You just squeeze them. Just squeeze the beet and the skins slip right off. If you like beets, if you want to can beets, they're really easy to do. And for pickled beets, I want you to triple check a good canning book. But I have seen, you can look on YouTube. There's people who can pickle beets on YouTube, and you can see the process. It's really, really simple. And you just slice them up and put them in a jar. This is 7 minutes. I'm apologizing, I got off track. Just slice them up, put them in a jar, and put a mixture of vinegar, sugar, water, and pickling spices in the jar. And they say you can water bath them. I'm thinking, I can't recall. It's been so many years since I've done it now. If I water bath mine, or if I pressure canned them for a few minutes. But if you have the right kind of vinegar and you follow an authorized recipe, then you're safe to water bath them. But follow a recipe, because you need to have the right level of acid in there to keep nasty germs from growing and killing you. So you want to be safe, do it right, follow the directions. So back to the beets. Huge, huge package. You get years of beets for $5. Or you could order this package of beets with beet seeds, if you like beets, with 5 friends, and every one of you will pay $1. And then you'll have plenty of beet seeds for a couple of years, and still hundreds of easily 80, 150 pints of beets out of 1/5 of this package. I can just about guarantee that. They're about, you want to pick them when they're a little bigger than an egg. The smaller, I guess they're more maybe tender, but you can pick them a little smaller than an egg or a little bigger than an egg, but they will be lovely. Okay, I have to talk about my gray teeth here for a minute, and then I'll move on. So if you don't want to hear this part, move that little button across at the bottom, because now we're at 8 minutes and 42 seconds, and I got a rock here. So STOKES seeds.com. My teeth are gray, and I hate it. Looks a little better at nighttime. It's from medication. I've tried the peroxide. It's a pain. It's long. My teeth are a long story, long, sad, sad story. Very expensive. I think I have $150,000 in my mouth and still only have half my teeth. The ones I have are all mine, but they're gray, and it's not fun, and I don't enjoy it. So I'll probably be making videos at night. At any rate, I have a little package. The little packages are going to run you maybe $2.50. I got a little package of a hard to find melon. The best melon, I'm getting way off track. The best melon I ever ate in my whole entire life, I ate when I was pregnant. It's very hard to find. It's an heirloom. You may have to get it from somebody who sells heirloom seeds, but it's called, I shouldn't tell you because I want to order some myself, and now they'll be all sold out. I won't be able to get any. It's called Juan, Juan Canary, and it produces a melon. Where's my hand? This is all backwards. About that long, longer than a football, about as big around as a football, and it's kind of a light yellow flesh on the outside. light yellow with kind of greenish stripes, if I recall, down and ripe. You let them ripen on your countertop until you can smell it, and it smells sweet and savory. And it has a very white colored, almost completely white colored flesh, and it's like nothing you've ever eaten. Magnificent. Okay, so back to the seeds. So we've got beet seeds. This is a package. I'm going to quit here in a second, I promise, because now we're at 10 minutes and 27 seconds. This is Waltham butternut squash. Butternut squash is the tan one that looks like a bell, and it has flesh that tastes like a sweet potato. You can also get a squash called a delicata, D-E-L-I-C-A-T-A, and it's a sweet potato squash, and that's resembles sweet potato too. But I don't have a picture here. They don't put fancy pictures on these, but they don't have to, because they charged me. What did they charge me for my butternut squash? Waltham butternut squash, a quarter of a pound, looks like $5.30. So you could easily, this is important because you can produce a boatload of food which will greatly enhance your food storage if you should ever be in a situation where you need it. You would so much appreciate it. This $5 package of seeds goes from, it's about an inch thick, this packet. It goes from, it starts right here where you see my hand, and those seeds go all the way up in the package to here. And they're about the size of a pumpkin seed or a little bit smaller. They grow like a pumpkin. The plant comes up and it vines through your garden, it travels through your garden, and it has flowers on it, and it makes quite a lot of fruit. And these will, you let them, after you take them off the vine, leave a little bit of stem on them and let them sit outside in the cool weather. I wouldn't bring them in the house until you start to get frost on the ground. You can read about what this, I'm not 1000% sure, but I believe that we kept them outside for quite a while. They will keep in your basement or a cool location in the back hall by the door or whatever till probably January or February. And you can bake them, and they're just magnificent. And these are open pollinated seeds, which are non-hybrid. I'm 90% sure. I have to triple check these. I'm 90% sure these are open pollinated seeds. They're going to run out of time. It's 12:31. And so for $1, you and 5 friends can have all the squash you could eat all winter long. Winter squash keep naturally. An acorn squash or a buttercup squash is very similar in taste and texture and keeping qualities. Winter squash will keep all by themselves. Keep them in, you don't want them in 80-degree temperature, but if you can keep them at 65 or so, 65 or under, they should last till January, February. Stokes, S-T-O-K-E-S. You can get them from other suppliers. I'm sure they're equally as wonderful, but if you get yourself a group of friends together and buy these by the quarter pounder, they get cheaper per ounce the more you buy. If you want to buy 5 pounds and get 15 friends together, that works. Whatever works for you, but it's an awesome opportunity. They don't take much maintenance. Winter squash don't need much of anything. And we'll put this in a different video, but if you have sour milk or not expired, my glasses are crooked, I'm sorry, if you have expired milk, you can pour that on most of your garden stuff. They use it for pumpkins when they grow those big old giant pumpkins. They buy milk and pour the milk on the pumpkin plants at the roots so that they'll get bigger pumpkins. So my grandma did that with her bottom of her milk jug with African violets. That's where I got it from, so I pour it on my grapevine. That's enough, isn't it? The lady with the gray teeth and the red hair. So whatever your favorite sports team is, 14 minutes and 2 seconds here. I gotta quit. Pick a sports team with gray and red, and you'll be my YouTube friend. I'm just teasing. That's all I have to say about seeds. I have to clean up this mess now and put it all away. I have to quit. It's gonna be 15 minutes. Have a good night. Seeds. Get your seeds and put them in storage. Keep them cool. Bye.